Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you are lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and I am very happy to be with you today, having a chat to you about the Twister Cup. Isn't this fan-diddly-tastic? We are on the cusp of history, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, this is the first time we have had a bit of esports in the Blitz universe. Great to see you here today. 23 of you humans so far. Probably a little under what we were hoping for. You never know, we might get 25 people. That'd be fantastic. Good to see you, boys and girls. HCL are going to win it. I don't know about that Swiss. You'd be a very, very unlucky man if you had your money on the HCL GG in this big go-round. Now, at the moment, we've got COP versus Flood. I don't know if Flood or FLD might stand for something else. I should probably know, but they're all pumped up. They're ready to go, and I'm pretty bloody excited about it. Oh, yeah. How about PLV versus PLV, says Anthony Lee. Why the hell not? Breathe, says Dorian. I'm breathing, Dorian. I can't help it. I breathe all the time. We're on. We are on like Donkey Kong. Here we go, boys and girls. Fort Despair, Encounter Battle. The boys from COP versus the Red Hot Ravers from Flood. 4 Object 140s. 4 Object 140s. Very interesting setup there. And we've got an E100. There we go. The show is on the road and we are rolling. Look at this. Lots of reds. The 140s are going the right flank. Everyone seems to be pushing around the cap circle there. Couple of heavies, the IS-7, the E5 moving up to the southern side of the cap circle. The horns, as the Zulus like to call them, all the way over there. The grill, they've got no idea. They're looking down the heavy track. And Gundam ZZ is in licorice all sorts here if he doesn't watch out, because he's about to get flanked. The E5's not being too ambitious though. And 3 140s, oh no. You don't want to be there, my friend. Who said Russian tanks are popular? 4 140s on the Reds, the Flood Boys, and 3 140s and a 62A on the Cop Boys, COP. Oh, this looks just like a standard day at the races on Fort Despair as far as I'm concerned. IS-7 side on, trying to push up a little bit. The E5's moving down. Look at the flank coming hard and fast here. Oh, the Cop Boys around. They're into them. And the 4 140s are rolling. Oh, look at this. Massive DPM coming the way of the back part. Oh, look at the guns on. Guns on. Sun's out, guns out, boys and girls. Lots of karma coming the way of the 2 Russian mediums at the back. The Cop Boys turn. Double ammo rack. 5 coming through. Oh, 1 gun down for the Reds. They've certainly made a barnstorming run through the middle, but they've put themselves in a pocket. Are they going to be coming out? They could come out of this. It's got to be brute force, though. They'll have to pump straight through the middle. They're into the next 140. Ooh, they're in a tough spot here. The big E3 Kento Tank Chief has got... Oh, the sight lines are beautiful for the dirt. That was a furious move from the Reds at the back. Gundam takes one for the team, but really, too many guns now. You'd have to think it's all over for the boys from FLD. Lovely stuff by COP. Big flanking move from the Grill and the E100. What an effort, though. What a team makeup. Really surprising. Charlie Pizza, hardly taken a dent all game. Be interesting to see, but it looks like Sifho has the top gun. He's going for the 5 kill. Might get it too. Look at him. He's an aggressive young human, the Object 140. He's done plenty. Grill 15 gets on up. Get on up. Hot diggity dog. The stream is on a 2-minute delay, you lunatics. Don't start freaking out. Look at that. Sif Hose from COP, 3,577. And Charlie, Big Charlie in the E100, who took the wild flank, 4,274. Big move at the back there from the Red Boys. That was absolutely amazing. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, I'll be doing the esports for the New York stint when they go to the finals. That was exciting stuff. Really, really good game there. Oh, mate, that was right in the balance at the back. They were all pushing up. The horseshoe came from the greens. The boys rolled around. The cop boys go flying around the flank. Very, very exciting. Free cam doesn't work. I'd love it if free cam worked. The good part about this, though, is they've managed to make it an actual situation where I can see the radar from both teams, which is fantastic stuff. Shout out to you, Lachlan. How many have we got? How many humans we got in here now? 222 watching, which is a fantastic number of humans. Hard to get better. You'd have to be happy with that. Now, it's the best of 3 here. Tiers 9 and X. And you can see the absolutely enormous number of 140s and 62As in that. It was absolutely incredible. And did you see the way they just focus fired? They went through that back like a dose of salts, and the 2 flanking greens at the back actually held out for as long as they possibly could and let the E100 and everyone else come around, and they got stuck in that one little corner. 5 seconds earlier, they killed both those Soviet meds at the back, and they got a 2-gun advantage. Very, very, very exciting. I better press ready just in case. Here we go again. Are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble! In the left corner, we got the cop boys. Big Charlie Pizza in that E100. Isn't he a mouthful? And we're going to get this weird kind of thing. The sound. That's because I think it's giving us the, as a spectator, we're getting it from both sides. And isn't that a wonderful thing to get it from both sides? Charlie was an exciting human being in the last match. He was part of a huge big rush around. I'd love to be on the other side here, and I might see if we can't get it so that I can have a look from both sides. But again, these 2 took the flank, Gundam and Kino. Now the 140s, look at this. Look at the 140 brigades. Oh my God, if you don't love that tank, there's something wrong. They're not playing it by accident, boys and girls. Here they come, getting ready to rumble. I'm getting ready to rock. I'm getting ready to roll. Now he's fired one off just to see if he gets spotted. That was not an accidental. He just wanted to make sure that there was no one up close on him that he couldn't see. And if he if the light bulb goes off, he knows where they are. Plenty of action going on around here. Now he's in a really interesting position here because there's 2 reds directly ahead of him that he can't see. The E5, and he probably can now. I don't know if that E5's popped on the radar for anyone yet. They're playing a really interesting deep tactic here. The E3 is anchoring this whole team. They've got plenty of derp, and the other team has none of that big 640 alpha at all. They're all DPM, but you've got 3 tanks here that can throw out 2k worth of damage in 1 round of focus firing, if they can get it done. Now the E3 is not particularly mobile. I don't know what he's up to there, why he's looking around the back, because they've got flankers there. There's no way it can come. This is interesting. Yuri and Poncho, the Sundance Kid and Butch Cassidy of the World of Tanks Blitz esports team, roll out to the right, and they've found an isolated Sif Hoshrin. Now he's a big winner last game. He put 3.5k in, but they have got suns out, guns out on him, and there are 4 Russian mediums like sharks into the kill. Bang, 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 ta-ta. And the Greens have not had a chance to actually do anything about this here. They've all moved up to that E5, who has been running the cap, and they've pushed him out, but they've exposed themselves. Yukio is looking very solid here at the back. The E5 soaking up the damage, but they're getting great side shots in here, and it's going to be very important to see how Big Charlie Pizza, look at this. Ho, ho, ho. How do you like them apples, sunshine? The E100 is making himself felt all over the joint, and he's going to roll forward with that big hit point pool and 640 alpha and do the business. Gundam on the right flank, loves a bit of it. Oh, everyone's a bit nervous. Firing into the ground. This is a big one. The FLD boys have to pull this flank out. This has to go their way. And, whoa, here comes the grill. Here comes the grill. Oh, it's looking rough out there on the right. They've held a lot longer than I expected them to, though. And finally, we're back into the red numbers. We can take it to you from the red team. Thanks very much to the technical team there. They've dragged it back. They need to get the next kill. They need the next one. They've got it. They're only one tank down. They don't have many hit points, but they could get another one. This is a huge comeback. Oh, 2 on 3, but look at their hit point pool on Charlie Pizza. Who ate all the pies? Charlie Pizza ate all the pies. What a heroic fight back from the boys from FLD there. So close, but it just looks like too many guns and too many hit points. Really interesting team makeup. Lots of big guns there. 640 Alpha guns. 3 640 Alpha guns in the one team. Whoo! Hot diggity McDog. No, I don't want to join your team. Look at that. 3,414 from Charlie Pizza again. He's leading the aggregate. If you were looking up at the leaderboard on the, what would you say, the highest average run scorer, it's Big Charlie Pizza, E100. Loves it. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Lots of objects didn't work today. Very, very interesting to see that the objects really didn't take the field. Well, there we go. That's our first bout. We had plenty of teething problems, but we got it there. There's 275 of you humans watching. You never know, we might even get a few more in the old kit and caboodle before we finish. Yeah, it's not live. There's a 2-minute delay. Okay. It is not live. Semi-live. Well, you can get a little bit semi-excited. I hope you don't mind me saying that. I don't mean it in a bad way. Whoo! Hot diggity McDog. Well, how are we all doing? I had a lovely day today. I went to the beach. It was good fun. That's enough small talk. What did you think of that one? That was so exciting. Russian tanks are overpowered, but did you see the way that the big E100 just kept smashing them with that 640 Alpha? Absolutely fantastic. Huge, big comeback from FLD. They had to get the next kill. They got 2 kills, squared it up at 3-all, and then boo-hoo-hoo, the Indians came over the hill. Charlie Pizza, smash. Press Control plus V. Oh no, press and Control plus V. Anthony Lee, you lunatic. Why don't you press Alt F4? Jeez, when do you think I grew up? In the 70s? That was an absolutely fantastic outing. Let me see if there's anything from the technical team there at Wargaming. Anyone talking to me? No, I'm out here on a wing and a prayer, doing it myself. So, I can't tell you any jokes. I was just about to tell you a joke that would probably get me locked up. Oh my good golly. Let me ask the boys and grump, how's the stream going, humans? And they say, it's fantastic. Oh my God. Oh dear God. Look at that. Who's that? Let me show you guys how Ouija is watching the actual stream. You'll love this, mate. This is how you watch a stream. Look at that. How do you think of them apples? Mr. Ouija, Azza, take a bow. Hello, Snake Eyes. Ozan, I hope you're enjoying it, mate. Great to see you. Everyone say good day to Ozan Dilatusing Game. He's a machine of justice and love. Should I sing you a few show tunes? Oklahoma, where the wind goes riding through the plains. I don't think I said that right. I don't think that's the... I don't think that's how it goes. Fire sound, please, Bushka. Boom. What do you mean? I don't understand. The stream is 2 minutes in the past. It's really, really quite weird because I'm talking to you and I'm reading your comments, yet your comments are commenting on something that happened 2 minutes ago. I'm from the future. This is future Bushka. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm really excited by this. That was awesome. I don't know that you can enter free camera mode, mate, because I am not using the PC version of the game. I am running from my iPad via AirPlay or Xmirage straight on through to the... So I can't do a mum joke, please. I can't. I'll get arrested. You couldn't get arrested in this town. Stream is going perfectly. That's right. Epic, awesome. Zalotto. Everyone's Zalotto is Snake Eyes. Swiss Cheesel's in here. We've got the great Ozan, who ran the whole show over here in Asia for quite some time, and is now an up-and-coming millionaire at the top of the tree. Lots and lots of people. All good to see you. As always, you can always send me a friend request and I'll accept them. How are we going here? There you go. I'll give you a look at my friend. If you ever wonder why I'm not plating with you and why maybe I haven't responded to your query, here's an idea. Because I accept everyone. I'm an equal opportunity friender. And if you're willing to ask, I'm willing to put you on the friends list. And that means that while we may not be the closest of buddies, every once in a while I will say ahoy. But as you can see, it's a big bloody list. And it goes on for a long bloody time. And if you think you've ever had issues with the game crashing when you go to your friends list, you have absolutely no idea what it's like having 3 million larrikin humans like yourself running around. Here we go. I'm not going in your platoon, Atar 47. You make me feel uncomfortable in a good way. I'm pretty excited to be Team Dracula. I got to tell you, I am going to be all over Team Dracula. I'm not joining your team, Halfredo. Weren't you in The Godfather, Halfredo? Didn't you get blown up in a boat on a lake in Tahoe? I've done an IS3 review. That's exactly right, Ozan. In the future, I will be rocking. Halfredo, you're perilously close to being removed from that friend list, my friend. I'm not accepting your platoon. What are you talking about? Maddox, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. I'm going to keep this up for 2 hours. One game, and I'm already through half a bottle of Coke. This will be ridiculous. FOE Air Cabin. Now, I see... Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. Adam Conzen has thrown me some low-hanging fruit. He said Grump should have entered the comp. Zalotto's in the channel now. Perhaps Zalotto would like to mention as to why we never got in the comp. Not that we would have done any good, because those boys that we saw in the last game played their guns off. But Snake forgot to enter us, basically. Snake forgot. It's his fault. Halfredo, I'm not joining your platoon. This is not happening. What do you guys think of my soccer-themed camo? Look at this. I went mad for this stuff. Love the dress blues. Halfredo, stop it. Everyone, stop it. Somebody stop him. Smiley Gaming, happy day. Shout out for you. Met. Oh, GSMF is Met. That's right. Ahoy, pal. G'day, Met. Met is the badger there. The badger is also known as the Welsh Kate Moss or the sheep whisperer. That's right. Well, here's the deal. We're doing the quarterfinals now. The quarterfinals are random, so I don't get to pick which quarters we get. However, we will be doing the semis. We'll be doing both the semis, and then we will run the final. So these are the quarters. Ozan's not got off the train. Dude, your wife's going to be wondering where you are. That sounds like something Snake Eyes would do. LOL Tractor review. Friend request from Jeffrey Song Cool. Well, Calvin, here's the thing. And that's a really good question. How do 58% win rate average clans make it to the quarterfinals of the tournament? I'll tell you exactly why. There's lots of guys out there who can have 60 and 65% win rates because they're really, really good at taking advantage of people who don't play particularly well in public games. But I'll tell you this from experience, when we've gone into games where none of us are under 62, 63, 70%, with Ruckus in there and everything, we've been beaten by guys with much lower win rates because they practice. And it's like any sport in the world. If you get into a room with 8 people or 7 people and you all do things in the right order together and you combine your guns really well and you have good chemistry and you have someone who's a really good tactician, you will wipe the floor, absolutely wipe the floor with a whole bunch of talented individuals. It's the old saying, it's a champion team, not a team full of champions. And that's how people who don't have great win rates make it to the quarterfinals or semis and win the whole thing, because they actually listen and they work as a team. And it's really important. It's one of the reasons why quite often you'll see guys who are super unicorns in a platoon get beat by a team of no-names, because that team will all go the one way and they'll just smash one at a time until they've got a gun advantage. Yorkshire folk do indeed rule, Big G Brian. I married a Yorkshire girl. Eop! Eop! Friend requests. Yes, I will accept your friendship. No, I don't want to go in your platoon. I'm declining. Golden lead, you grub. You know better than that. Halfredo. Never again, my friend. What's going on? There's no one online in the clan for once. No! No, no, no! Look at this. This is my Povo account. This is not the contributor account. Look at that. Under 1 million credits and struggling. What are we doing here? Men, sorry I'm British. I'm not sorry for you, my friend. Hi from Singapore. Good to see you. How are you doing? Did you still come down and have your long black? Yes, I did, my friend. I had 3 long blacks today. Big coffee drinker. Hello, Jess, Tam, Maddox. How you going? Yeah, that's exactly right, Maddox. You play as a team. You can do anything. Shout out to you, Twit K Lols. Yeah, man. In fact, Dracula and Van Helsing are going to be mission-based and XP-based. So if you're willing to throw the time at the actual game, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Yeah, another shout-out for, hey, Frank, how you going? Point Blank on Blitz. Great channel, Point Blank on Blitz. You should probably go and check him out. He's a pretty unique individual. Jared, good to see you too, mate. Jeez, there's so many of my old nearest and dearest. If Kaz win this, I will be so happy for him, because it'll wind Rich like an MP up, greater than anything in the history of the universe. Now, here's a little trap for young players. Pimp Daddy is from Leicester. He's a Leicester boy. He was so happy when they won the whole kit and caboodle. True thing. ID have been very, very good for a very, very long time. So I wouldn't be very surprised that they beat anyone, mate. I mean, Gramixan and the rest of the mob have been around knocking people A over T since the game really kicked off. That gold, 4,000 gold. My good golly. You are kidding. Do you know how hard that is to get? This is my Povo account. This is it. Look at the amount. Now, Snake Eyes will tell you I'm wrong, but you have a look at how much. I got 7 rounds of heat in my T54. I can't afford to, this is not the big spender account. Am I really Asian? I'm on the Asia server. Of course I'm Asian. When is the next round? Snake Eyes, you ask all the best questions. My goodness gracious. Let me find out. Let me ask my secretary. Excuse me, can you get on that? Tell me when, tell me when Snake Eyes wants to know. When's the next round? Get on it, okay? Hang on, Snake, she'll be back in a sec. Here we go. Next round is in 8 minutes. 8 minutes is semi-final match number 1, 18:30 to 18:55. Semi-final match number 2 will be 7 till 7:25, and then the final match will be 7:30 till 7:55. From Phoenix or Philadelphia or all places. G'day, how you going, ads? Rich like an MP's in here. Everyone is in here. Everyone is getting it on like Donkey Kong. We're going to get along because we... No, we're going to get it on because we don't get along. But that's what Big Joe, Smoking Joe Fraser, that's what Muhammad Ali said about Smoking Joe Fraser. Hello, Jess Tem. Good to see you, mate. I saw you say that comment that I didn't like, where you said like I was a gold spammer or something, but I still love you. Just, good God. T54 noob. So Snake's finally seen the light. 7 rounds of heat. That's all I need in that thing, Snakey. 7 rounds of love. G'day, Dominic Alas. Now, you're getting shout-outs because I see this coming up, but in 2 minutes you're going to get that shout-out. It's almost going to be like I'm reading very slowly. Reading at a 3rd grade level. But no, I'm in fact reading quite well. Hello, Fade. I've noticed you. Okay. Which server is the strongest? Mate, I've played on most servers, but judging the most winners in the recent shoulder or wonking comp were from EU, but Maddox actually just got beat. You can see Maddox is in the chat now on the tier 8 one by a guy who has like an 84% win rate. I'd say the servers are all pretty much the same. I've travelled around a little bit. I was in San Diego about a month ago, and the NA server was no stronger than Asia at all. Not even close. It was the same kind of thing. In fact, a couple of the really high clans on NA were, I had very, very competitive games against them, and I was soloing a big fat louver, and I did very well with them. So, I mean, everyone can play. It's no surprises there. Oh, we're off to the tournament round! Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's get ready to rumble, and we've got PLV versus Cop. Whoa! This is the matchup we have all been waiting for. Couple of big names in the PLV team there. Selbrock from selbrock.net, the original Asia stats website. He's done some very, very good work to help the community, so always a fan favourite. Also known as one of the most handsome men in gaming, and can run the 100 in 10.5 seconds. All that's completely true. Liverbirds, another long time smash 'em up. I think he was actually in a recent video where I flanked like a machine in the Type 54 lightweight. And we've got Yuta. Oh, Yuta can play too. Jeez, I tell you what, if I saw them coming for me in a public game, half that team, I'd probably turn tail and exit and not play for the rest of the day. That's some big names, boys and girls. If you've been hanging out in the Asian server for a while, and God knows, I've got about 35,000 games or something across 2 accounts. So I have, and they've flogged me plenty of times. But, oh please, come on, Charlie Pete's is swapped to the IS-7. That's disappointing. I think Charlie Pizza, we all know, does his best work in the E100. Charlie Pizza's a pie-eating machine. Here we go. Are the American lights coming? I don't know. They could be. I can't tell you. That's God's honest truth. Mr. Ouija is watching this on the big screen TV. He's been on the Coronas and chicken wings all day long. He's told everyone to get out of the house, and he's very, very excited. Thanks very much, Aces High. That's lovely of you to say so. PLV, 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 for those of you who don't know, who aren't on the Asian server and haven't had your ass handed to them by the PLV boys, stands for Pour la Victory, which is French for, good God, these young humans can play tanks like there is no tomorrow. I don't know if they will beat everyone. It certainly will be interesting to see, because there's some excellent teams in Asia. There's FOE, PLV, ID, all kinds of really, really good players, and really, really good teams, and Job and Mouse. And I mean, I've been around long enough to know that you don't take anything for granted. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of these guys, like the DH boys who got knocked out earlier in the piece, have been doing an enormous amount of work to actually get here and have a really good result. And it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys... I'm really surprised that Charlie Peets has changed up to that IS-7. And look at this. I find it fascinating, these team selections. The PLV guys have gone 4 Object 140s again, right? Which is exactly what we saw in the last game from FLD, who did fight very, very valiantly. And the COP boys have really changed this up. Charlie Peets is in the IS-7. And Inami has gone the big E100. Yo-Yo is the reserve. 57 seconds left. Think of it, these guys have come out of the dressing sheds, they've been slapping faces, they're really pumped up, they've got the headgear on, the Danko rubs on, they're sweating it up, they've been for the run-throughs, the coach has got them primed to within an inch of their life, and they're about to run out on the field of dreams and do it all for their team. Geez, I wouldn't want to be them. I'd be wetting myself. Here we go. Are you ready? I will not marry you, Quinton Edgell. I'm spoken for. Is moist in semi. Is moist in semi. I don't know what. Okay. Look at that. Looking back at the Twister Cup finals. What are you doing? G'day, Twiggett, lols. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cue him, and we're on the air. Bum bum ba dum ba 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 ba. Oh, we're back on the big E100 again. I'm disappointed not to see Charlie Pizza in the E100, but it's good to see that there is an E100 in the game. Look at them all. We're just going to cycle through the team. Yeah, Yuta in the 183. The reason I got in the 183 is he is the only big TD in the entire game. And to be honest, I wasn't sure how many 183s we would see at this late stage. We're all the way through to the semis. And it's pretty exciting to see a 183 here because he has the capability of turning it. Oh, look, this is just going to be a brute force. They're all looking around, seeing where they're going to come from, and wow. They don't know it yet, but the whole game is about to collide. They're in nearly exact mirror image, apart from right at the back here. Who are we missing up the back? Who's in that, the Leopard 1? Oh, that's dangerous. There's Kino. Oh my good golly. Well, the PLV just paid for his supper. My goodness. Didn't he just land a monster on that IS-4? Hoo-hoo-hoo. He's gunning right up there. He's got the reticle set. Surely they are not going to go that way. Now, that's one of the things about the 183 that really interests me, especially in games like this. The 183's now been spotted. They all realise where he is. Would he be better off actually relocating to get shots on the left side or pushing down? Because if I was in that E5 or the IS-4, I'd rather eat my own legs than go out there again. Liverbirds, look at this. Double trouble. 2 IS-4s both looking to side scrape off one another. And it's starting to heat up just a little bit down here. PLV in a really strong defensive line. There's Selbrock. They're waiting, and then they're going to try and flex. They're waiting, and then they are going to try to flex. By that, I mean they're waiting for that opportunity. Kento's effectively out of Charlie Pizza. I loved you in the E100. Do not go out there, my friend. You can't go out there. Guys, that's a terrible idea. I think they're just toying with the affections of the PLV boys. Look at this Mexican standoff. 4 minutes 20 down. It's like the Stormtroopers versus the Alliance down the tunnel in the first scene in Star Wars. And you know that one of these sides, if they pull out, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Here come the Leopard. The Leopard and the 140 are flanking. They've got to make their move soon. That could be why these boys are moving backwards and forwards. They're just trying to keep the PLV mob interested. They're just trying to keep them interested. Because look what's coming down the back door. I really wish I had the overall view here because they've now got 3 140s. They're starting to cinch in on the peel. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Now he's going to have to reset that camo because they are all going to be looking at him. He's backed off the 183. The heat comes in over the top from Anazon. Really solid move from Sif Hoshrin. He was a big mover in the first game we had in the FLD game. Here comes Anazon. Now they're looking down. They haven't moved. They're holding the line. Selbrock's in a poor position. Gigamoth moving down. The Leopard 1 at the base. Oh, it's going to kick off here big style. They're going to try and double gun the Leopard 1. No, they're going mano a mano. There's 3. They've got a gun advantage. They have a 1 gun advantage, but Sif Hoshrin has taken no damage yet. Here comes a Leopard. He's moving up to help. Racious, he's using his hit point pool. This is great. And then Gigamoth coming in on the back. They're double firing, focus firing on Sif, who for my money's been the most dangerous in the object. Oh, he's got him! Big, they've changed it round, and he's managed to bounce another one from Giga. He's only got 1 left. If he's lucky, he'll get 1 more shot off. There's another, oh, and he's bounced another one. Oh, Sif, no, Gigamoth, he's gone for the Leopard 1. They've gone right down here. Here come the boys from PLV up the top. It's all happening. Liverbirds in the IS-4, they're going to try and take out Kento Tank Chief. Kento Tank's got to get behind because he's about to get gunned. He's put 1 more in. Charlie Pizza, where's your E100, my friend? Back down the bottom. Oh, it's 4 on 4. Selbrock, he's about to clean up the E5. He does it. Gun advantage, and there's 3 up the top on 1, but there's a big shot coming if he can get there from the E1. Oh, 720 roll. Pizza Cop needs to get another one off, and he does. 3 on 2, but that's a lot of hit points to go through. So they're down a gun. Oh, 4 on 2, I apologise. They're screwed. They're in real trouble unless this fellow here, Anazon, doing a great job. He doesn't want to engage. And that forces the poor fella from COP to push. Because if he doesn't push and they finish off the E100 at the top without him, it's game over anyway. So he knows he has to get through this guy for them to have any chance of winning. This, unlucky, that bounce. Wow, this was a hell of a game. Absolutely enthralling down the back. Oh, have an ammo rack. He's not going to go down easy. He is swinging. Sing while you're winning, sunshine. I can't see it happening, but if he waits and shoots the Selbrock, oh, he tried to go for it. Missed the shot. Unlucky, mate. Very, and another 800 roll. What a monster he's been in the E100. Oh, I thought that was fantastic. Kevin, I love you, mate. But if you say check out my channel one more time in here, I'm going to give you the flick. Have a timeout. Wow. Let's look at the post-match results there. Sif had a really good run under the pressure down the back. Gundam was right on it. Look, it was so close. You know, that first shot we were talking about from the 183 Yuta on the poor old Kenta in the IS-4 really turned the game around because it just made it so much harder for him to be an effective combat unit when he knew he was just about a one-shot for anyone else. Just sticking your nose out at the front really made it tough. Wow, that was intense down the bottom. It all just kicked off like a frog in a sock. Whoo! That was exciting, boys and girls. That's what I call tanks. Big rolls from the E100. Absolutely massive. Wow. I'm enjoying this. I don't think I've ever enjoyed it more, in fact. You did, Sam. The sync is off. Well, that sucks. Sorry about that. See if I can't fix it. Right. Let's see if I can't fix that up for you. Whoopsie daisy. We may have to struggle through here, guys. Let me just see. We're into the next game. We don't have time to fix it. I know that. Well, we're on to game 2 and we are back. We are back rocking and rolling on the same map, and this time from the other side, which is pretty bloody important to see a world of equanimical gameplay. Now, I understand that the sound may be out, but I don't know what I can do for you, boys and girls. We're going to have to go through this one, unfortunately. Let me see what I can do. And here we are, the same teams, basically the same lineup, which is fair enough. We're going to go now to have a look. Kento, and see, he was in a little bit of trouble in the last game, and see if we can't get him all fixed up this one. It should be very interesting. He has been probably a little bit unhappy, and he gets the first one. Kento, absolute powerhouse there. Lovely work, mate. Good to see you actually getting on up. It's good to see a good player, bit tough, bit out of luck, come back and do the business. And here we go. Charlie Pizza, I would have loved to have seen him in the E100 again, but that was not to be. Can't always get what you want, as Mick Jagger once said. But we'll just progress and do our very, very best. Here we go. Now, it's nearly exactly the same as last time. Both sides have disregarded the bottom flank completely, though, and brought it right up into the pocket here. Brought it right up into the pocket. Look at this. They're all playing above the midline of the map. If this was a hot spot, it would all be in that top 1/3. Now, Ratius took a big hit early on. Very, very interesting. That was from Kento, and he's trying to get a shot across into the side of Kino in the Object 140, and he does so. They both got the shot, but only one went in. Hoshrin, who has been a powerhouse for CIP, they've got to win this one, boys and girls. This is all on the line. The big trip to New York is an important thing, and you can imagine that the hands will be a little bit hot and sweaty here for this one. Look at PLV. Let's go and have a look at it from the red side. There's the big 183. Now, Yuta was absolutely monstrous with the first hit of the last game. And you can see he's lining it up there on the windmill. And here comes the flank move. Here comes the flank move. Down the bottom. Anazon has gone to it. But this time, instead of flanking with just the two, they have put all three of their mediums into it, the boys from COP. They are looking to get a gun advantage on this bottom flank. Anazon is completely aware. He has not stopped moving. He is absolutely... Gigamouth would really want to be careful there. That is not a good position. Selbrock and the rest of the boys, there's a lot of tanks that can't be seen by either side at the moment. And if these boys from COP get around the bottom in good order... Wow, here we go. There's Anazon. He's going to spot them soon. They're coming like a storm here, and they're going to have to get support. Oh, they're waiting for him. Not a good first exchange for the boys from COP. And the boys from PLV are responding. They've got the high ground, and they're getting guns to bear. There's 4 coming down. And they've got the 4 heavies stifled up the top. Yuta is now going to get shots. They needed to really be effective in that first instance, and Kino's been caught right out here. Sif Hoshran, who for my money has probably been the front runner in the mediums for the Cop boys. Here comes Selbrock. They're going to put guns on. And the fellas at the top in the heavy range have to push because they have a 4-on-3 advantage, but it doesn't feel like much when there's a bloody FV215B183 waiting there for him. And here he comes. He's on the reload. This is where it's all happening now. Oh, no. It's all going on down the bottom. Anna's on. They've got him. Oh, big gun advantage now. This is in licorice all sorts. Hugely aggressive flanking move for the boys from Cop. Unless they get the next kill, I would say this is over. They've got a free gun advantage. Oh, it's done. It's done. PLV are through to the next round. Really aggressive play there from Cop. I would have loved it if they had have just managed to all get up. I mean, we can see the map. We can see where absolutely everyone is. And it's very, very frustrating to see that and then not be able to put it through to the guys on the ground, because they could have pushed up really, really hard there and taken a tank very, very quickly and then moved all as one. But that one stop, Anazon spotted them, and then they moved all 4 of the mediums straight down to cover that flank, and it was game over. Well played to the boys from Cop. They had 4 very, very solid games. Just unlucky at the end to get beaten there by what was a better team on the day from PLV. Ratius with the win. Gigamouth, who was doing that very odd spotting position, got right up, and Liverbirds made a meal of them at the top. Urukai fired 6 shots, but I tell you what, the pure intimidation factor of the 183 looking up towards the windmill probably saved that flanking move from being successful, because they could not push down and use that gun advantage. Every time they did, they would get Cop at least 1 shot from the 183, and that can take an awful lot of hit points, and then it's a very easy tank to finish off in a focus fire. So, there you go. What an exciting game. Now, what's going on here? No, the Russians can come in here and talk amongst themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind it. I'll allow it. Prosecutor, you're on the air. Good God. We've got a clan. This is not on. No one's joining the clan, I'm afraid, my friend. You're out. Au revoir. Now, if it's not in sync, it's way out of sync. What I'm going to do is actually stop it. Well, I'll tell you what. Can you try this for me? Can you refresh it? Can you just give it a refresh? Give it a quick refresh? Because I'm going to refresh it. Refresh it. Refresh it. How's that looking? I tell you what, if you do that, you can get the hell out of town. That's exactly right. We've got moderators in here, my friends. Moderators for a good reason. Okay, can you refresh? Okay, here we go. Well, we know where we're going, but we can't say where we've been. And we know what we're knowing. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Well, here we go again. Hot diggity McDogs. Let's give it another shot, shall we? I'm so in love with you. Gotta pop. Here we go. Let's see if this has fixed it. Here we go. So baby, let's... What the hell? Let's stick together. Loving you at the... Ahoy! Okay. Time till the next game. Blah 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 blah. G'day, Cookie! Zolotto. Funny to read those Russians. If you haven't been listening to the podcast that Snake and I do, you probably should. Because, God, we're just so funny and interesting and handsome. The ladies love it. The men want to be like us. It's probably something you should listen to. I'm just having a chat to my people on the hotline. You used to call me on my cell phone. Yeah, I can't free control camera it because... one sec. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be on in about 12 minutes, I'd say. So just keep on. Keep it on. Hello from Russia. World of Tanks Blitz. Try some buttons or something to check the audio. How's that going? Yep. Try some buttons. How's it going? Is that any good? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let us see. Colbert R7 Tank Ace. I will not be joining your platoon. As much as I find you an interesting human being, I cannot bring myself to join your platoon. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. It's not unusual to have fun with... Don't song, buddy. Tuxo, one more peep out of you, and you can tell your story walking, you clown. Aha! That's right. The badger is in the house. That's what we want to hear. Frank the Tank, Frank the Tank, Frank the Tank. I'm doing it in the garage. I'm just like basically waiting for the invitation to the next game. That's what I'm doing. The next round is going to be the second semi-final. Now we've seen Cop play very, very strongly there and unfortunately come in second. PLV are in the final. So they are 2 wins away from booking a ticket to the Big Apple, which is pretty freaking exciting. And, you know, Selbrock has been a long time supporter of the community here in Asia, so hats off to him. Very, very talented players, the PLV fellas. I don't know who's in the other final, who's in the other semi. I don't know. It's very exciting, though. I'm very excited. I'm not... Half Fredo, I'm not joining your freaking platoon, you lunatic. Shrek, I'll stop killing, I'll stop singing if you just, you know, don't be nasty to me. I'm going for Dracula. It's going well, Michael. Michael Kenner going very, very well. Dracula has no armor, but neither does like the RU-251. That's a lot of fun. You can't keep everyone happy, ever. I've figured that out. The more humans you get involved with, the less likely you are to make any of them happy at all. So you just make the ones happy that you can. Well, Shrek, you wouldn't be alone in saying that your ears are bleeding. My wife often tells me that. Shut up, she says. And I often do, but you're not my wife, so I'll probably just keep singing. Ma chérie amour, brighter than a summer's day. Oh. Hey you, how you doing? I didn't sing Wendy. The Wendy, the song that I was using recently for my intro, was sung by a very good mate of mine by the name of Jonathan Brax. He's a great bloke, and I'm actually doing a gig with him. I'm his guitarist, kind of backup singing dude, in January somewhere on the Northern Beaches. I can't really think it's Mona Vale. It'll be good fun. And I've got a charity gig we're doing in this other band I'm in called, I won't tell you the name of it, down in Manly, sometime in November. So there you go. So here we go. This is a big game. The boys from ID versus IF. It's the battle of the very small abbreviations. Now, a lot of the guys from ID, ID7 Bong in the T2 Lite, I'd love to see him carry the T2 Lite to victory. A lot of the boys from ID stopped playing the game, if my mythology is correct. Stopped playing the game quite some time ago. And then they invited in some new blood, and they got, I think, Yellow Cab joined, and a couple of other guys, but there's still the originals who are obviously very good players too. So, you know, it's not a surprise to see them here. I think they may have even had a slightly stronger team than they do now if this had taken place a year ago, but the rest of the servers caught up to them. And there's definitely a lot more players on the server now who are of a top-notch caliber, and it makes it very, very exciting though to see the real old school clans of Asia on here vying for the finals. Wouldn't a PLV v ID final be absolutely fitting? You could have called it a year ago. So it'll be very, very interesting to see. Do I beatbox? No, I don't beatbox. I'm a 43-year-old ex-real estate agent. ID Aaron, ID 7 Bong. I've not checked out the ID team. Is Gramixan in there? Is he? I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. Will you be adding subtitles when they see you in the US? Maybe not. So anyway, you should be listening to the podcast. www.bushkaonblitz.com/podcast. I'm going to do another one with Snake Eyes probably on Tuesday or something. Oh, Yellow Cab, you grub. What are you doing in here? You should be playing. Can I sing the commentary for the next game? No, I bloody well can't. Phoenix versus M8. M8 is her Mr. Oz and those boys. And Phoenix is, what's his name? Sock Robber was telling me the other day. Sock Robber's joined Patreon, and he's a Bushka on Blitz patron, one of their sponsors. So he's hanging out in the Telegram chat. And isn't he glad he joined our Telegram chat? Because we've got 148 people who all want to know why their W win 8 and win 7 and their monthly stats aren't better, and they should be better. And what are you doing about it, Sock Robber? He's never had so much tech supporting to do in his life. He loves it. Sadim is pretty good. I'm very surprised that Yellow Cab's not on. Yellow Cab's not in this team. Yellow Cab, you're in the channel there. Let us know what happened. You too, noob. Well, there you go. It happens to the best of us, mate. I'm sorry about that. Now, we haven't given much airplay to the IF boys, but I've got to say, if they've got this far, there's Gramixan. We knew he'd be there sooner or later. If they've got this far, you'd have to think they can absolutely play the house down. Mr. Ouija wants to know why Grump aren't playing. Everyone tells Snake Eyes that he needs to remember to enter Grump in the next tournament. The real reason we can't play is obviously we would have made the final, but I can't commentate and play at the same time. That's why. Oh, mate, we suck way. These boys are much better than us. Now, I've seen a few of the F boys running around, but I'm wondering what's going on here because we've only got... Have we got enough in the IF team? We'll see this in a second. Yep, 7 on 7. There we go. Megatroll's in there. Dead Rail. Well, this is exciting. And as usual, we have a world of Object 140s on the ID team. Now, I'm going to look at this first one from at the start from the IF side. Now, Tank Zombie, I love this spot over here. He's moved up. They've got one big dog. Look at the mediums go. ID are being really aggressive, which is... And 10 Sadim is back on the hill sniping. They're throwing their weight around. We've got an STB who's wanting to... Oh, Gramixan copping an absolute flogging from the E4. Now, the E4 can do this because it's got the gun depression, and the STB1 can't really move up there because, obviously, if you've got an E4 looking for you, it's going to be very, very difficult. Now, the ID boys want to get around the bottom. There's 7 Bong. They've copped a flogging trying to play that top. Now, this really seems to be a little bit of a... I can't believe they're doing this. I really can't believe that they're trying to push... The 140's only got 6 degrees of gun depression. I know he's probably trying to spot it up, but that Tank Zombie is all over it. Big style. And this M48 is just keeping him on the balance. Grummick is still being very aggressive. You'd want to watch out from the back on that 62A. Oh, he's managed to get one off. And there's a shot dropped in front of him. And he's got one in. It's all starting to happen now. Grummick has been so aggressive here. 7 Bongs down. They're a gun down, but they're about to get one back. That 140 that you're seeing here is Gramixan, and now the STB is in a good position there. Really odd position from the 140 on the IF team. Megatroll, this is a really interesting one. Plenty of heat flying from the back. The E4 has finally been forced. Now, if he goes down, this flank is going to get flogged. The ID boys are very aggressive. Even with that much damage gone, they're pushed right down. He's got another one in. That could be his last shot. They are trading shots. 10 Sadim has... Well, this has been a very big surprise here. They pushed hard. They paid for it with hit points, but they have not paid for it with guns. They are a gun up, and they've lost their hit point battle at the front. But, mate, unless you lose a gun, it doesn't matter. If you get 7 guys finishing on 1 hit point, that's a win. Onizuka in a really strong position down there at the bottom. This is not where you want to be in an IS-4. In fact, it probably is exactly where you want to be in an IS-4. If you had to be anywhere, this isn't a bad place to be in it. The hit points have to start counting soon. There's 2 guys there who are very, very low, and medium up there is really soft on as well. We've still got Megatroll sitting up the back here, absolutely having a field day. Look at this. The ID boys, I don't know if they've realised where this is coming from yet, but he has got them pinned. The only danger here is that he runs out of heat. What is he going to do? We're moving backwards. Oh, it's all starting to happen. ID have paid a lot of hit points to take ground, and all the IF boys have done is move back and give up 1 tank. 10 Sadim's had enough. He knows he's in a horrible spot, and he's been caught out. Megatroll is still pounding them. Megatroll has got up on top of that ridge line and had an absolute field day. Now, I take it all back. I thought the IS4 was in the wrong position, but the ID boys are really doing it tough now. Aaron goes down. Ernie Ball is starting to push. He's got plenty of hit points. He's willing to take one and give it back. They get it back, so it's an even game. Gramixan just blows a shot. If Ernie Ball can get around here and put one into the IS7, he's taking his time and he makes it. It's a one gun down, but he's on his own versus a very, very fast Object 140. Gramixan takes another one. Oh, it's all kicking off here. 3 on 3. Here comes Megatroll. He's had the game of his life and absolutely smashes into AMX. It's 2 on 3. Onozuko is there, and Gramixan, the spiritual leader of Clan ID, gets another one into Megatroll. Megatroll's got so many hit points though. Look at this. There's not 500 between them. They need a bounce. They need a bounce, and they're not going to get it. Gramix's about to go down. Here it comes. Gramixan, the last man left standing in Team ID, and here they come pouring it in the team colours of vomit green, yellow, and a little bit of love and lust. What a game from the boys from If. They turn the tables on the much fancied fellas from ID. Absolutely amazing. Wow, Megatroll with nearly 4K sitting up the top doing the business. Whoo! What a game. What a game, what a game, what a game, what a game, what a game. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal game. Fuck. Excuse my language. Oh, the sound's gone again. This is so frustrating. Here we go again. This is a must-win for Team ID. Very, very exciting times. And it is the other side of Dead Rail. Now, Megatroll and the Object 140 again. E50M, I wonder what ID are going to be in terms of aggression here. Are they going to be as aggressive as they were last round? And it was disastrous for them. They gave up too many easy hit points at the start, and it absolutely wrecked them in the long run. So let's see here, boys and girls. The E4 had a big influence on the last game. ID 7 Bong, they're running exactly the same way as they did last time. Sadim is at the back again. Megatroll has pushed up to the right flank with the IS7. Oh, this is very, very exciting. Gramic has changed up tactics though. He is not nearly as aggressive. He's taken one hit, but even though he got punched last time on the nose right at the start, he managed to stay alive all the way through to the end of the game. So here we are, moving up the top. Gramixan's taken another hit. He's really got to stop being so aggressive. His team needs him to hold those hit points all the way through. Lots of very, very nervous ID boys. They were heavily favoured. They needed to win that first one. And if they can almost taste it. This is what they wanted to do last time, but they so aggressive. And if they're playing this stand back and nail them thing, and they've got all the reds coming into this amphitheatre here, ID 7 Bong is in an absolute licorice all sorts moment. They've pushed up. They've got one. This is their game, though. They're an aggressive team. The Koreans are a very aggressive clan. The E4 is going to push down and he's going to try and hit point trade. Oh, he's got a massive hit on Gramixen with the gun depression. Oh, they're in a terrible spot here. This is equal on guns. But, oh, they're starting to smack the E50M. Turning around. They're 2 up now. They're 2 up now. They've just got to consolidate. They've gone over for the kill. This is going to be a big moment. That IS-7 is trying to get down and get Gramic. And he gets him. 10 Sadim and AMX 30B are both into him. He needs to have an absolute whale of a moment here to get any more shots off. No, and he doesn't. Oh, this is going to be a smash. The boys from ID have hit back, and they've hit back very, very hard. Oh, this was more in line with what we expected at the start. 6 on 3. Now it's not over. There's been wins from here before, but look, you'd have to think that if ID can play any kind of focus firing game here, they are going to walk this in. They've got the extra 3 guns. They've got hit points here. This Object 140. All the Reds are storming home. Great game there from ID. Really, really impressive stuff. And the only one they managed to get that time is Gramixen, although it's not all done. Megatroll, who was the hero of the last game, he had such an influential game, but there was really no spot for him here to get up on top and utilise. The guys from ID did not give him anywhere near the time to go and do that, and they're happily going to hunt him down and finish him off here, and that's a big relief. We go to the tiebreaker. Very, very exciting. Tiebreaker time. Here and now. Whew. And that's it. AMX 30B finishes off in the STB1, and it is a 6-1 win for the boys from ID from Korea. Now, Gramic was the only one that got nodded, but Sadim definitely took it to him. Viridis, the IS-7, he went over the top of that hill when they were 2 guns down, took Gramixen out, and was probably in the wash-up at the end of the day. Not the right move. Wow, what a game. What a bloody game. That was an exciting one. Now, the stream should be back on. Here we go. Mate, the thing is, boys, I honestly don't know what's going on with this, because I've got a gaming laptop, which is phenomenal. I've got an iPad Pro 12.7 inch whatever, which is the best processor you can get on an iPad. And I'm playing out of, I've left home and I'm up in an office at 10:15 at night because it's got 10 meg up, 10 meg down. It's freaking killing me. I think we're going to have to invest in an Apple, boys and girls. That's all there is to it. Yes, Sir Colos on Blitz. I am doing the English broadcast for the New York finals. I can't wait for it. I'm going to get over there and give it a red hot go. What a semi we've got here, boys and girls. It is going to be phenomenal. Winner take all. One team only goes through to face PLV in the final round. Can you feel it? Woo, baby. PLV PKP. He knows what it's about. Swiss Diesel, over to you. Back on dead rail for the final. No real changes here. We've dropped the E50M though from the IF boys. Still a couple of IS-7s. Team ID is stuck with what got them here in the first place. The M48 pattern, definitely an interesting choice. It's got the gun depression, but doesn't have the DPM. And IF has really revved it up here, though. You've got 5 medium tanks. The E4 is going to his trusty spot on the far right, and they are basically playing a big Oh, look at this. This is interesting. ID, this is what they do. They are a furious team. Look at this. 4 Russian mediums. Well, 3 Russian and 1 Japanese. They're going to try and outgun. They're going to try and bring 5, 6, 7 guns to bear on the right flank really quickly. This is it. This is going to be over in a very, very short time. Whether it's a winner or not is going to depend on the next 30 seconds. They're going to try and go a gun up. They're a gun up. Megatroll's in trouble. He has got a red swarm. ID have let them get into this complacency where they thought both teams are going to shoot out the same way as they did last time. And Gramixan has just gone, boys, it's pedal to the metal, balls to the wall, nothing down the right flank. And look at this, 2 guns up. How the IF boys respond here will be huge. And they've pushed up, but they've pushed up in dribs and drabs, and there's no support, no fire support at all. The E4's in the corner, he cannot shoot from there. Oh, if they do anything here, they've got to drop back. They've got to try and make a meal of this, but it's too late. What a fantastic move from ID. They had 2 games where everyone sat back and sniped the corners and took their time, and they just picked up the pace and chose the field of battle. Absolutely amazing. The IF boys fought very, very well at the start, but that E4, he can't do much good down here in the corner. This is like a public match. This is what happens on Dead Rail 9 times out of 10. No one was listening. Don't all go the one side, you bloody campers. You poor boys. Great fights from IF, but that was just an absolutely masterful tactical move, and it was very, very, very ballsy. Good work, Tank Zombie. Bad luck, IF. Really strong move. Outstanding effort. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, big mistake there. The IF guys spread right out. Look at Tank Zombie. He did get shots in, but they had enough hit points to just share the load around between the different teammates and smack that flank. And once they got rid of the M48 and Megatroll, not the M48, once they got rid of the 2 mediums on the flank, Megatroll, and I think it was Oni, it was all over. The other guys started trying to move up and support, and by the time they got there, it was hot diggity dog too bloody late. Great work, ID. Very, very impressive. How, you know, I mean, we all love playing this game. It's a fantastic game, but how big are your nuts when you just say, you know what, we've got a trip to New York on the line. Let's just go the right flank and do it. That was just amazing. Gramixan and the boys with coconuts for you know what. Really, really solid. The first 2 games probably lulled the boys from IF into a little bit of a false sense of security. Everyone was just hanging at the back, sniping. ID were being aggressive, but they were being aggressive through the main channels and across the top of the hill. IF set up for it again to just deal with that eventuality, and they did not muck around. All 7, the heavy straight through the guts, the 5 medians on the high flank. The T110E4 got a couple of shots in as they crossed over the top of the hill. He did his level best, excuse me, but just too many guns, too many hit points brought to bear really, really quickly in the first 30 seconds. Fantastic tactical effort. So fantastic. Yeah, that strategy was on point. I don't know whose strategy it was, if it was Gramixan's or whoever's, but it was absolutely the right thing to do. I don't want to leave. I want to do this all night. Can we just do another tournament? I'm loving it. At the start of the year, I was a real estate agent. What? Look at this. Oh, my good golly. I mean, at the start of the year, you're a real estate agent, and you get to this and you think, maybe I'd like to just do esports forever. This is fantastic fun. Let's do this tomorrow. Can we get another Twister Cup up? This is like calling the races. And Grammixan's coming around the far post. He's 2 furlongs in front. He can't wait. And here comes Team ID. They go to the line. Get it on like Donkey Kong. Korea ID Clan and PLV. PLV, are they Vietnamese? Someone's going to tell me, surely. With the French connection, I figured they may well have been. Wow. What an absolutely cracking final we've got. We have some absolute legends coming up in the final of the Asian server. Selbrock's been around forever, but Team ID, Grammixan and the boys, ID Seven Bong, ID Aaron. I mean, if they go through, you'd have to think that was very interesting because, I mean, obviously, Grammixan and I have abused each other in chat before, and it wouldn't be a fun time if we weren't abusing each other. But to be honest, that was just a phenomenal call. That move down that right flank at pace at the start with everything on the line. Oh yeah, baby. That's how you debate. Who's next? We have the final. We have the PLV VID final. Stiggy, no platoon for you, my friend. 9 on the platoon 9. Ma chérie amour, brighter than a summer's day. AMX30B is a pro. You ain't wrong. Now, if it was AMX30B or something that made that call, then AMX30B, you demand. We should make a community tournament. I might run one. I'll run it just so I can talk in it. Hey Frank, how you go, mate? Good to see you. Loving life, living large in the States. So we're going to be in New York for the final. I think it's on the sometime mid-month. We're going to be doing a patron event. We're going to get all the patrons who live around that area who want to fly in across the States, get them in a bar, and they can buy their own drinks, and I'll have a coffee and have a chat to them. And that's how we're going to do it. That's how you roll. Don't forget to listen to the podcast, bushkaonblitz.com/podcast. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, you grubs. Make sure you like the video. How many have we got in here? We have 356. We had 475 or so. I don't know. We've touched off nearly 500 here. This has been fantastic fun. Chat hasn't stopped. We've got 2 big games, 2 big wins to come from either PLV or ID, and then we will have our Asia Twister Cup champion. Maddox is always lurking. Maddox is always lurking. We have so many people speaking languages I don't understand here. That's a wonderful thing. I'm happy to be part of this. I saw Evangelina A.K. McDowell in here before. He or she might be able to tell you who beat UQ. Yeah, we got a lot of love to give. A lot of love to give. Should we have a look at the record of my most fantastical tank? Here we go. Look at that. That's the one we want to talk about. In between things, let's talk about how that tank's not overpowered. What about them apples? Wouldn't it help me in here, mate? How about the teamwork these people put on? Absolutely insane. I might do a patron tourney, Michael Kenny. That sounds absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. Well, Dr. Derp, it was kind of obvious, but I think the reason I love the fact that they went the flank was there was so much pressure on in that move, you know. If you go the flank there and you're running along the top and you get spotted and there's enough tanks to support, then you can get absolutely screwed. Like, it's quite possible. But I think you're right. I think that was the winning move. Twitch is cool, and to be honest, Twitch doesn't have the sync problems of YouTube, and if YouTube keeps screwing me over like this, I'm going to go and start running on Twitch all the time. But the joy of YouTube is that you basically get to notify all of your subscribers. So it's very easy for people to watch, and you can actually get in there and see things really, really simply. Like, whereas with Twitch, it's a lot harder to do. Here we go. PLV versus ID. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. This is a mad one. Hats off to both IF and COP, who fought valiantly today in their respective semi-finals and made them very, very interesting to watch. This should be a crackerjack game. I can't wait to see it. She complicated, left me on blue so nice. I do play on the Asia server. I do indeed. I play on the Asia server. Ooh, so what kind of tanks are we going to see here? Selbrock has switched up to a 215B. We don't have any 183s in this one. We have Onozuka in an ID IS6 Fearless. Oh, mate, I can't wait to see the big guns shine at the New York version of this thing. Whoever represents Asia, I'm going for you. I'm sorry. I love all my patrons and everyone from EU and NA and everywhere else, but I got to be honest. I'm going for Asia. How must the nerves be in the dressing room right now? I can see Selbrock. He's there. He's stalking the floors. He's looking each player in the eye and he's saying, "Give me the best you got. I want you to want it more than these kids from ID. They got nothing." And Gramick Sen's walking around. He's probably slapping people in the face. "Get up! How much do you want it? Do you want it more than Seacat? Do you want it more than Amazon?" Who knows? We're going to find out really, really soon. And in fact, in 2 minutes 30, we're going to find out exactly how much these kids want it. I'm absolutely stoked for this. How much fun is Blitz as an esport? Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Plenty of Object 140s. Look at this. Object 140s as far as the eye can see. Good luck, both teams. It has been a fantastic final series. I just wish we could have more of it. Can we do it again tomorrow? Absolutely loving it. More elbow. Can't get enough elbow. I'll sit here singing your elbow all afternoon. Snake don't blow the budget. Snake spent $20. That's all the money that his wife lets him have for the week, so he's not going to be getting any mixed lollies tomorrow. John Carlo says, "I'm bad, stop singing." Righto, John Carlo, I'll stop singing. No, I won't, because you can eat my legs. So what do you know? Well, the sky's blue, frogs don't bounce, and John Carlo, you can go get stuffed. These are not the droids you're looking for. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it doesn't. I love you too, man. I love you so much. King Julian. Dumb Guy 101, of course, that's right. They're not showing off their tanks until the last moment. And then everyone's going to get in an Object 140 anyway. So, yep, there you go. 51 seconds till round number 1. Best of 3 victory conditions between Puella Victory and Team ID from Korea. Cannot tell you how excited I am to be involved. Thank you very much, Wargaming, for giving me the opportunity to rant and rave like a lunatic all my life. Best of luck to all you boys. Been a long time, and I know a lot of these guys train relentlessly for this, and it's just a bit sad that we can only have one winner, but we're about to find out who's taking the first step onto the plane about now. Or maybe in 10 seconds. I'm on fire. Yeah, really, really good games. Here we go. What map have we got? Ready, Mr. Squiggle? What map are we? Oh, Fort Despair. And I was wrong. Yuta is in the 183. Look at this, though. Object 140s as far as the eye can see. 5 Russian meds, 2 Russian heavies. ID are 100% Russian all the time. And they are... Look at... You know what? I was really surprised in the first couple of games that ID were so standoffish when they are traditionally such an aggressive team. And it doesn't look like that's going to continue here. They've figured out what they like, and what they like is a big-ass medium rush. And you can see they've pushed out and they own that flank. Now, we saw the same kind of thing in the very, very first game between FLD and COP. And the guys who went the far northern flank and pushed around in the medium rush got wasted by the boys who pushed back and horseshoed from the other side of the cap. Now, there are plenty of PLV guys there. This is an aggressive line, but Aaron is not in the cap yet. Here he is. He's in the cap. He's trying to pull them out. They won't move, and so he is going to actually force their hand. If they're not going to come out, he's got control of the cap. Now, they're welcome to try and come and take him out, but they're going to have to take a hit for it. And he does. He strikes first blood for Team ID. Aaron with a really aggressive move, and he did not even lose a... Oh! The IS-4 nuts him one right through the top. The heat was strong, the heat was heavy, and the sea was angry. Here we go. Selbrock in the PLV approved 215B. Loves the gun, but can't get it to work. Now, this is a really interesting spot. I've never seen anyone in this spot before. He is so far back, but he's got great soft cover. And unless you were within view range, very, very close up, you would not see him. Now, the boys from ID have made a call. It looks like they're moving. We have 3 mediums flanking hard round while Aaron maintains that cap. What's going on here? Or are they just moving up to support? They haven't seen enough. I don't mind this at all. If this is just a way to bolster up that flank. Sadim is under the cap. They've got Aaron's back in case they move up on him. 4 minutes 30 to go. Plenty of time here. And no one's really stuck their neck out too far. Aaron is now not in the best of positions. If he takes another hit, he's going to be very, very close to combat ineffective. That's probably not true because we saw Gramixan absolutely belt with about 500 hit points left. AMX30B, all pro, all the time, loving life and living large, is pushing around here. There's probably a lot of tanks that they have not been able to see, and they're expecting a rush. Now look at this, it's a 2-2-1 formation. We've got double heavies on the flank, which is an absolutely topsy-turvy way of looking at this. And on the one line, we have 2 140s. And the PLV guys are still just waiting and biding their time. Selbrock, very strong. Here come the 140s. Oh, these ID kids. If there was a sign that said wet paint, don't touch, it wouldn't even have time to dry before they'd hit it. They're pushing. We've got 4 mediums on the right. Konamichi, and this is what PLV have been waiting for. It looks like they're in a great spot. I'm surprised Yes has pushed up, though, because you'd have to know that there's no way they'd be on their own. We've got 4 mediums here. Gramixan, he's going to get a shot in the side of Yes. Selbrock returns fire very nicely. Let's look at this from the other side. ID 7 Bronx pushing. There's Sadim. Oh, I've got absolutely no idea who's in the ascendancy here because this is tight as it gets. Rocious, your side on. Oh, Sadim, 10 Sadim's got to back off. Oni, and that's a big, big moment because it's left Onizuku all on his lonesome, and they're pushing. They're going to go gun down. They're a gun down now already, and the IS-4, they've gone 3 guns to 1. Selbrock is into it, and the PLV 215B. Oh, yes, this is all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Yuta's got him, but he's had to blow a big shell on a 200 kill shot. Is he going to rethink it? They're on 2 now. We've seen ID come back from a 1-0 deficit before versus the boys from IF. 7 bongs over there dealing with Anazon. I can't help but think that that was just a mistake to push that flank. They didn't wait. They went to be really aggressive, and the PLV guys were absolutely lined up waiting for him. And it'll be interesting to see Yuta's stats after this game in the 183. Bad luck there. Very, very bad luck. It was a slow game that got really bloody fast, really bloody quick. And you can see that 183, only 1,334, but 2 kill shots. So 2 of those kill shots would have been low hit point tanks. So wastes all that alpha. Wow, though. Big game from Yes in the IS-4. I wasn't sure whether he should have pushed up over the top there, but he did it, and did it ever come off? Absolutely fantastic. He took one in the side from the good man Gramixan in the 140, but Selbrock managed to cover him up. He was in that back corner, very, very sneaky spot. And the really impressive thing about this is they don't have much time now. They've got 1:12 left. They've got to decide when they come back, are they going to do the same kind of thing? Are they going to stick to that flanking plan? Are they going to change it up? How's it going to go? Because PLV are now just 1 game away. 1 game away from getting on the big bird and flapping the wings to New York. Very, very exciting. Oh, it's all on here, boys and girls. All on like Donkey Kong. 529 humans watching. Put your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Just, good God. I've got a receding hairline, never forget. 20 seconds left. What's going through the minds of these boys from ID? They are 1 game down. They're all very good players. They've been 1 game down before in the semi, and they've come back from it. We can only hope that they pull this out and we end up with a decider, and it's a 1-1 going into the final. Fort Despair, are they going to be as aggressive? I felt like that aggression there, PLV were just waiting for them. They didn't go at the start. They went late. They tried to maximise that left flank. Here we go. We've got Selbrock. And look at that. Selbrock is running the binoculars. Very, very interesting. Now, Selbrock had that lovely spot on the flank before where he had good soft cover in the trees. Here we go. I wonder if ID are going to do it again. It was a huge gutsy call last time where they absolutely flogged forward. But can you make that kind of call in a game where if you lose, you are losing such a big prize? The brass ring. They've gone the flank. They've done it again. They've put their heavies out on the flank and started trying to control the map through the cap. Now, I'll just let you know, boys and girls, that this is the much better side on Fort Despair to actually control through the cap. Because the size of the 140, it can get right down underneath. And it's very, very hard for it to hit. Sorry, he's in a 62A. He doesn't have the machine gun on. Gramixan is controlling the right flank. They're going to have to push up here. Now, yeah, great move by Onazuku. They've got to come back because they're going to push that cap. They've got no choice. They have to push that cap. Gramixan is going to come around. He's over there in the IS-7. They've now got 3 tanks in support. They've got to get to that cap and they've got to stop it because Sadim has absolutely... Here they come. They're in the cap. They haven't reset it yet. Let's reset now. Gramic, though, has got a shot through. Oh, big hits there for Yes, and you'd have to say... But here we go, they're pushing on the right now. They've still got 2 heavies stuck out on the far flank. The IS-4 and the IS-7 are in the wrong spots to my mind. PLV are coming around. Big hit on Selbrock. Gramic in the IS-7. It's a strong tank. But there's 4 guns. Oh, massive hit from the 140 there from Onazuku. Oh, this is where... this is unbelievable. Aaron's gone. Gramick didn't have any space, and they're pushing up on him now. And there's no way they can support him. But Gigamouth is gone as well. Look at this. It is neck and neck. Sadim isn't a thing. They're down on hit points. That was so unfortunate that didn't go in. They're pushing up on Sadim. He's about to get gunned. Focus firing on him. He's got around. They've got a slender margin. He's got to get one more in if he can get one more in. Come on. No, he misses it. Back to a same gun. This is it. They're down one gun, the boys from PLV. IS4, yes, is about to go down. Medium's on him. And he's into the 183. Oh, this is over. This is over. Surely. Only Anazon, yes, from PLV left. Wow, that was hectic. That was hectic. Amazingly strong play there at the very top of the game, all the way through from Sadim. He sat in that cap. He made them move, and it was the best cap to do it from too. Let's have a look at the post-game stats there. Sadin with a hugely influential game. AMX30B, another monster. Whoo! That was really, really good. There was some very tense moments there because they had 7 bong, way out, and medium in the IS4. Both their heavies were well out on the flank. And I thought they'd made a mistake, but it just goes to show they play the game a lot better than I do, because not only did they get back and get involved, they did plenty of damage into the bargain. Wow, that was absolutely amazing. We have got what we wanted, boys and girls. We have the tiebreaker. Absolutely incredible. What a phenomenal game. I mean, they finished up with 4 tanks on top, but there was a whole stretch there where it was just tank for tank for tank for tank. Unbelievable. We've got 40 seconds left till the biggest esports game in the history of Blitz on the Asia server. PLV versus ID for all the marbles, for the extra chocolate rations, for all the Pacific pesos, for all the bananas the monkeys can eat. This is where it's at, boys and girls. This is the stink. This is the hot, hot stuff. What an absolutely amazing experience. Wow, so amazing to see Sadin get inside that cap circle and just dictate game from there. And they try to do it in the first round, but it's much harder to do from the far side of the cap. Now Selbrock, what's he got for the team? It was a 4-tank loss, but it certainly didn't look like a 4-tank loss. Here we go, Yudichoy. He's had some big moments in the 183, more from intimidation than anything else. Last time out, ID just went balls to the wall and absolutely smashed a flank. This time, they are going to the same kind of move that they've used in the first 2 games. But they've put all 5 mediums on the inside here. They're doing it again. I bet you they do this again. They are making the boys from PLV think that they're all around the normal spots, and they're pushing. They're going for it. Oh my God, they're going for it. We're going to follow this from Gramixan. They have a 7-tank push coming down the right flank. Can PLV move to cover this quickly enough? Gigamouth is in a very strong spot, but if they don't clear him really quickly, this is going to get ugly. PLV are really moving fast. They've covered it. The 183's there. He's in all sorts. Licorice all sorts. Yuda's going down. Yudichoy's down. They're a tank down. It is head-to-head. This is what you want when you're deciding. ID are 2 tanks up. The flank rush has worked. Oh, boys and girls, look at the Reds come. It's like a sea. Selbrock's at the back in the 215B, and they're just trying to use the gun advantage. They're going to go for yes next. Everyone's focus firing. They've fought back. They're only 1 tank down now. What a game. No mucking around. 5.5 minutes in. Gramixan's leading from the front. Selbrock is working it, but he's sideways. He's come out. Oh, no. He's got to get back. 2 tanks each. Gramix about to get flogged. PLV a tank up. AMX 30B with the back move. There's 2 tanks that are just about kill shots there. Liverbirds is nearly done. They've evened it up. They're in a crossfire. Aaron with a massive fight. Selbrock's at the back. He's got to get involved. They've got to use those hit points. Anazon is on his own and he's got 4 guns on him. He is going down. Anazon's going down. 2 on 4. PLV. Oh, Selbrock's got to take out on Azuko and then get back over the top of that hill. Can he do it? Bang! 3 on 2. This is for New York. Rocious has no hit points left. He's got to do something. It's 2 on 2. Oh my good God, AMX 30B has played himself to a standstill. That's it, boys and girls. We have our winner. Hot diggity dog. Oh my God, what a game. What an absolute barnstormer of a final. The boys from ID did it again. What an incredible strat. They have balls bigger than coconuts. They did it both times in the semi and in the final. Came back from 1-0 down. They did exactly the same thing. They bust in. They made the team think they were going to exactly the same spots they did in the first 2. And then they just dropped the hammer and played focus, fire, blitz. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh my God, I can see, this was amazing. Selbrock and the boys from PLV played their asses off, and this came down to about 300 hit points spread across 2 ID tanks, but that's all it takes. 1 tank with 1 hit point will do it. Amazing game. Absolutely amazing. Whoa. What an absolute cracker of a final. Unbelievable. Whoo! What do you think of them apples? 600 humans watching, and ID, well deserved. They came from 1-0 down twice. The only team in the finals to do it. They lost the game both times at the start and then won the next 2 in succession. Gramixan and the boys, absolutely incredible stuff. Hats off. I wish I was in the changing rooms with them now. The champagne is pouring. Everyone is screaming. Wives are in tears. No one can believe it. What an incredible freaking game. Hats off to whoever the strategist is with the boys from ID, because that was unbelievable. And the PLV guys responded immediately. They both teams hit head on at the corner of Fort Despair, and it was a ding-dong heavyweight battle. Amazing. Commiserations to Selbrock and all the other fellas there, because just what an absolute amazing game. Selbrock, Rocious, Liverbirds, Yes 1030, Gigamouth, Utichai, and Anazon, you boys played your hearts out. I feel so sad for you. It was so close. I mean, you were 1-0 up in the final, and you were barely lost that last one. Aaron, AMX 30B was phenomenal in all 3 games. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. 10 Sadim, his work in the cap in the second game was insane. Gramixan did the right thing. He just pushed himself out there and led the team. He was the tip of the spear in the IS-7 on Azuku, ID 7 bong and medium. What an amazing effort. Whew. Well, what else can you say, fellas? Thank you very much for watching. I cannot believe how intense that was and how well suited Blitz is to a little bit of esports love. I know I'll be lining up to watch the next one. Just amazing. Utichai, so unlucky. The tank he is in, that 183, is a fantastic tank when it can get shots off and when it can intimidate. But the ID boys saw it and they knew how dangerous that tank was, and they just absolutely hammered him. I mean, he was the big target. Anyone who's driven a 183 would know that people will ignore everything else in the game to get you, and that would have been the prime target on the team speak for the boys from ID was get Utichai. He had a fantastic game. all the way through the finals, and that intimidated the hell out of the boys from COP on the Winter Malinovka map. Stopped them in their tracks up the top and smashed their IS-4 in the first round and was instrumental in bringing them through. But, you know, when you have a big gun like that, some days it's diamonds and some days it's coal. And that's just how it was today, unfortunately. Wow. That was absolutely amazing. Oh, no, Jose Gloria, I just saw that comment. That's not true at all. There was no choking. Absolutely no choking in that. That was just absolutely ding-dong tanks. They went metal against metal on the corner of Fort Despair. And if you watched it like I did, there was nothing left in at the end. And could you have imagined the fingers on the triggers of Selbrock and the rest of the boys as they were on that one? Mate, the pressure must have been intense. So there we go. I'm off home. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed it immensely. It was wonderful to have you here with me tonight. You're all beautiful human beings, apart from the ones that aren't. And even them I like a little bit. I'm in an office, though, that's got good internet, so I'm going to go get in the car and head home. And congratulations, ID. Just so proud of the boys from the Asia server, representing like they did. And hopefully they can go onwards and upwards and knock the rest of the world in the finals in New York. And I'll tell you what, I'll be screaming and jumping up and down in the chair if they do that. Where's Job, Jayla Black and the rest of them? Mate, they just weren't here. When can you see Grump in the tournament? Listen, I'll tell you right now, Grump would not be fit to clean the grease off the gun barrel of these fellas. Really, they're a whole level ahead from where us middle-aged blokes in Grump are. I'll tell you that right now. Mate, I can't wait to commentate the next one. I really can't. That was just unbelievably fun. Yeah, thank you very much for all the kind words. Good work, boys and girls. I just had such a good time watching that. The quality of play is simply outstanding. When you see people like that playing, it makes you think you just wish that you could play that way. And, mate, Yellow Cab, congratulations to you and your clan, mate. I know you weren't in the final, but, geez, the quality of the team must be pretty bloody good if they can get on there without you. Oh, look, that final, PLV have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of in that. That was literally 400 or 500 hit points difference after 7 tanks were on 7 tanks. I mean, that's such a tiny percentage of your hit point pool. It's like one good roll from an IS-7. That's all it was. That's insane. To have that kind of final where it comes down to that, Selbrock at the back just smashing them up. I mean, wow. What an absolute cracker game.